Yeah, so today we're just gonna talk about, having kids by multiple men or multiple women. And so, I'm speaking from experience, and you're gonna always see my puppy in the frame because it's not about me. So, had my first kid when I was 16, and it was by someone who was like 18, 19 at the time. And long story short, I had multiple kids after that. I got six total. And so I'm speaking from experience, and it'll be another story time for me to dive deeper into that. But now that I'm at the age of 45 and I go back and I reflect on my life, one thing I can say is that I didn't give myself any grace and mercy because I was 15 when I got pregnant. There's no way that I should have been sexually active. No way, I didn't know nothing about condoms. I didn't know nothing about sex. I never had that talk. I had, four sisters ahead of me. Mom and dad divorced when I was like 12. He wasn't active after that in my life. Pretty young lady, and yeah, it started then. I had no clue about self-worth, value, anything. And I didn't realize until I was an adult that, I was taken advantage of. And my naivety and my innocence was taken from me. I might not have been raped, but I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what you consent to, do you even know what you're consenting to at that age? Because you're not able to make those types of decisions. And so I'm saying this right now to all you young ladies out there who've been sexually active since you was 13, 14, 15 years old. Like you that behavior at that age is probably why your behavior is the way it is now, and why your decision making skills are where they are now. Why you having kids by multiple men? You didn't have no example. You didn't have nobody to sit down and talk to you and tell you. Some of you, my age group can probably relate to this more at 45 because we didn't have social media and ways to Google certain things and know certain things. So if our parents weren't talking to us about it, then we didn't know nothing about it. We learned from our friends. We learned from our environment. Our environment raised us. Our parents thought that church was going to teach us everything and save us from everything. Vacation Bible school and all that type of stuff. They weren't talking to us, and we didn't have no internet. So what I'm telling you, even though some of y'all even have this social media, the internet out here at your fingertips to find out information, some of y'all, it was too late. Your innocence was took from you so young that you ain't even stopping to think that you need to go look up that type of information because your frontal lobes ain't even developed. They not developed till you like 25. So you didn't live this 8, 9, 10 years of having sex and being with multiple people, trying to find love in all the wrong places. And that's why you sexual, and that's why you twerking and you doing all this extra stuff and showing your body and sleeping with multiple dudes and having multiple kids because you think that power is what's in between your legs. And if he want to sleep with you without the condom, then it must mean he love you or that stuff is good. You got the best, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you thinking all that, you thinking it's your power, but that's really your weakness. That's really your weakness. That's your weakness. And then you get surprised when you have a baby by a guy and he got another baby on the way by somebody else. Because guess what? Hers is just as good as yours. It's just a variety. If you're somebody who's a foodie and you like food, that's just what that is too. That is to men and women. It's a variety of it out here. It don't make yours no good or no worse. It's just all great. And you out here having multiple kids and multiple dudes, and you probably want somebody to feel sorry for you because the dude didn't act right, or the things didn't go like as they planned. Well, that's what happened when you out here thinking that having a baby with somebody is gonna automatically make them change and be somebody different. Who they present themselves as is who they are, and everybody don't change when they have a baby. And you being that woman, you got to be there for that baby regardless, because you got to carry the child and you got to be there for the child. It's a risk that you taking by having a baby by somebody that you're not married to. It's even a risk when you're married, but even more when you're not married and you thinking that everything just gonna change and it's gonna be this princess fairy tale lifestyle. And I sit back and watch how y'all have best friends of the opposite sex. Oh, he my male best friend, and oh, this his girl best friend. Like, y'all, all this drama and stuff that y'all stirring up. Then you're on social media and you're going back and forth at each other, and come on now. Like, you can't expect to have a fairy tale lifestyle and you don't even want to do the things that require for that to happen. Like, for you to stay in the house, for you to not be clubbing, for you to not be all on social media, for you to not be showing your body, for you not to be messing with dudes who is messing with multiple women. Like, it's all about decisions and choices. Give yourself some grace for what happened to you as a teenager and as a young kid. Give yourself some grace for that. But once you get older, you got to start making better decisions. You got to be able to take care of those kids. You got to be able to be like, regardless of what happened with me and him, I want my child to be in their dad's life. My dad, their dads to be in the child's lives, regardless of how he did you. He could have cheated on you with your best friend, but that don't mean he can't be in his child's life. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you can't deal with the possibility of those types of things happening, then you need to start having sex with dudes that you're not married with and having babies by them. Straight up. I had all these kids, didn't do no food stamps, didn't do no EBT, Section 8, utility assistance. No, I didn't want to be the stereotype, even though I was the stereotype. Had all the book smart sense, all the work sense, can get promoted at work, but making dumb decisions in real life. Thinking that every dude that you be with, every dude that like you're supposed to like back. Nobody told me. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to like dudes back. I didn't know I was supposed to be mean. Didn't grow up with my dad in the house like I should have. Wasn't taught that. You see what I'm saying? And it has a big impact on you. So if you got daddy issues and you didn't grow up with your dad around, you need to stop right now. Don't date another dude. Don't court another dude. Don't have sex with another dude. Go get you some help. Go get you some therapy. Reconcile that relationship with your dad if he's still in your life. If he's still in your life, man, use him as your dad. Don't date no other dude unless you run him by your dad first. If he's somebody who can make those types of decisions. If your dad ain't no good person to be around, then don't be around him. Know that they ain't got nothing to do with you. You start listening to some men tell you about how to choose good men. Because you can't trust your own decision-making skills, because a lot of that stuff was taken from you at a young age. Take accountability for that. Get that trauma worked out. Get you some counseling. And make better decisions. Yeah, make better decisions. Stay off of social media. Unless you feeding your soul and your spirit with things that's going to make you help you make good decisions. Because there's consequences out here to having kids by all these different men. Everybody ain't going to stick around. You're going to always have to be there. You're going to worry forever. You're going to always be worried. Then you want them to still know their other family members on the other side and all that. It's a lot to handle for one woman. It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to manage. Then you're going to have to take accountability and explain to that child one day why dad's not around. And you better hope it ain't got nothing to do with you keeping them away from their dad. Because you decided to do this. Take accountability. Take accountability, man. Be careful who you out here procreating with. Every smile, when it comes to the dudes, all these pretty girls, yeah, they might be pretty, but are they nurturing? Can they take care of a child? Do they know what to do when a child have a fever or the child gets sick? Do they know how to properly bathe the baby? Do they know how to make sure they make the formula or breastfeed? Do they know how to refrigerate the milk? Do they know how to change the baby and keep it from getting a diaper rash? Do they know not to leave the baby alone and they go outside and be smoking? Do they know not to smoke around the baby? Like, these are all real things. Real things. Is she clean? You know what I'm saying? Does she have medical insurance where she can go to doctor's appointments and get pap smears and stuff? Is she keeping her house clean? How does she mother her other child? How does she deal with the other baby daddy? All those types of situations. Gotta think about all that stuff. Out here procreating with people that you're going to have to deal with forever. And you're going to have to take accountability for that. And I'm speaking from experience. You have to take accountability for it. All them cute looks and sexiness, all that stuff wear out at some point. It wear out at some point. Yeah, she nasty, whatever little song I keep hearing. She a nasty girl or whatever song. Yeah, that's cute or whatever, but you the one got to take care of them kids. It's cute till it ain't cute. You got to take care of them children. So just make better decisions. Give yourself some grace for what happened to you when you was younger. But when you know better, you do better. Don't keep having babies and having unprotected sex and thinking it's cute and thinking that the government assistance gonna always be there. Or if you somebody who handle your business and don't need government assistance, why put all that stress on yourself to have to keep taking care of kids by yourself? This ain't no fairy tale world. Stop throwing away good dudes because they ain't got no money. They didn't have no money when you was messing with them. They ain't have no money when you got pregnant by him. Like, this dude not hitting on you. He ain't abusing you. He ain't disrespectful. Like, he can get a job. He can get a job. He can add value in a whole lot of other ways. You gotta know how to do your math. He can add value in a whole lot of other ways. This ain't no fairy tale where you're gonna be getting bunches of gifts and it's gonna be flowers laid out for you, and he ain't no social media dude. He a regular old dude who you let do that to you and impregnate you. So that's that child dad. So try to make it work with him. If you keep having multiple relationships with dudes and you ain't making it work, then you probably the common denominator. You probably the problem. And it's probably because you started having sex so early. You don't trust dudes. You don't know a good dude. You pick the bad dudes. You think that when you ain't having drama that it's boring. No, you just like drama. This is called peace. When it's boring, then it's peace. So, man, I'm just praying for you. Give yourself some peace of mind by making better decisions so you can be proud of yourself. You ain't got to be embarrassed. You brought some beautiful kids into this world, but you ain't got to keep making that decision over and over again, putting yourself through the same thing over and over again. Go get yourself healed. And you do that by not pretending to be traveling or doing all these, trying to do things with social media and stuff. Do what's going to really make you happy. What make you happy? Do you even know what make you happy? You probably don't even know. You probably don't even know. And you don't know that when you're dealing with multiple people and you got all these friends in your ear and you're on social media and you got to explain yourself to everybody. No, sometimes you got to isolate, get your mind right, get focused, get it together. Stop being embarrassed. Stop trying to just find a dude to be with so you can say you're married and you ain't got all these kids by yourself because you don't want to be a single mama or whatever. So you just falling for dudes or whatever. No. Gotta make better decisions. Because there's a hell of a family tree. And I'm speaking from experience, but you gotta make better decisions. So that you can feel good about yourself and be the best person that you could be. And not be pointing a finger at everybody else. Hold yourself accountable. God chose you to have them kids. Now you got to take care of them, but he also put it in you to be able to make good decisions and learn from your list. Learn from your experiences. Don't keep putting yourself in that same situation.